So you can actually see when you look at the timber, like even if you just use the laser, see how this end there's a slight bit, but that end it goes off.
Yeah.
So that's on an angle.
Yeah.
And that's what's catching right now.
Yeah.
This end is fitting this end.
Yeah. Woohoo! Every now and then you have to shave a piece of wood so it'll fit. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah, windows. We're looking at them.
Okay. Okay, so I'm updating the vlog and people about the tiny house.
Penis!
Yay! Anyway, okay, so I'm updating everyone on the tiny house. So as you can see, we actually have 2 walls up now. So this wall over here is like the far wall. It will be the wall that like our living room is going to go along here, and then we'll have the stairs up to the mezzanine floor, which will be along there. This wall back here is the bathroom wall, so there isn't going to be any windows on that wall, but there will be a window here in the bathroom. And this wall that you can see, which is still lying down, we're going to be putting that up hopefully this afternoon, is the kind of front wall, and this big hole in here is going to be for a bay window, so that we are hopefully going to be lifting that up this afternoon. And then we just have one more to build. That'll be the wall that has the kitchen window in it, the front door, and all that good stuff. So that's the tiny house currently. So I thought I would do a little face-to-face update of what we've done on the house so far, because I haven't, not so far, like since last time, because I haven't actually done that in a while. I've just been taking a lot of clips of things happening but not really explaining them. So I'm going to insert some footage in a minute of us putting the 3rd wall up. So it's one of the short walls, got the bay window in it, it'll be part of the living room once it's all finished. So I'm going to kind of explain to you what happened, because the video clips that I'll show you are sort of like a misstep of it occurring, basically. Some stuff that happened, and we had to put the wall up, and then we took the wall down so that we could fix something and then put the wall up again. So the other night when I got home from work, Andrew and I, you know, he really wanted to put the wall up, so he and I did it together, set up the camera and everything. And we lifted the wall up and forgot that actually we had a little piece of overhanging wood at the end of the long wall, which meant that we couldn't slot the short wall in because there was a piece of wood in the way. So this like finger, imagine that being a piece of wood is in the way, so we can't slot it, so it goes like that. Is basically what happened. So we had to lay the wall back down. Fortunately, we had my parents to help do that, because I'm apparently terrified of being crushed by a wall. The whole lifting up of the wall thing, just honestly, I don't really know if I want to be involved in that again. Perhaps as an overseer or a filmer, but maybe not as manual labor with that one. I've managed to confidently become a saw user and a nail gun user, but I'm not sure about lifting walls. Anyway, so once Andrew got up the ladder and cut that piece of wood off with a hand saw, it was very precarious on a very high ladder. We were able to then lift the wall back up and slot it into place and clamp it and do a few nails to keep it there until the next day, when we had more light during the day and could actually put it in a bit more solidly. So that's basically what's happening, what happened with that whole thing. And the third wall, but the third wall is up, so that's good. The other thing that we've been doing over the last couple of days is adding some nogs to the long wall that's already up. So yeah, we didn't add them when the wall was lying down, because we needed to get the wall up and do some other work, basically start on the other walls. So we got the big one up, but without nogs. So we've been putting those in the last couple of days, me and Andrew, and yeah, so that's been a pretty decent process. Pretty, not, it's nothing too complicated, it's pretty painless. It's just a lot of measuring, cutting, putting it into place and nailing it there, basically. So that's pretty much it. So the next step is going to be building the front wall. So it's one of the long walls. It's called the front wall because we will be putting our front door in it. I call it the front wall because the front door's going in it. So there you go. We're only going to have one door actually in the whole house, but our two windows that will be upstairs will be big enough for people to get out of. So if we ever have a fire or need to get out of the house, but the front door is obstructed for some reason, then we can climb out the windows up the top. And we're going to have a massive bay window. It won't open all the way up, but we will have two opening panels and then a stationary panel in the middle. So that won't open, but the two on either side will open. So we'll be able to jump out of that as well if need be. So that's just a little side note on windows. But anyway, so the next step is going to be building that big long wall, and we need to figure out exactly where we want to put the front door so that we can work that out in our wall building thing. We have it on plans, but it's not 100% accurate necessarily to where we want. It was more just so that we had something on the plans to go by. By the way, if I haven't already mentioned, my dad is doing all the plans for us because he's a draftsman by trade. That's what he does for his job. So we're really lucky that we haven't had to buy plans. However, we're probably using, if my dad was actually charging us, it would be quite a decent amount of money for his services of plan making, which is, yeah, it's really cool. So we don't have an architect or anything. It's just my dad's knowledge and what we've learned through research and what we know we want for layout and the practicalities of building and physics. So yeah, just so you know, that's how we're doing our plans and everything. But if you wanted to build a tiny house yourself, then there are loads of plans that you can buy online. It does mean that it's not necessarily 100% customized to what you want if you are not comfortable modifying plans. But if you do feel comfortable to modify plans, or have someone that you can get advice from about doing that, or don't mind spending a bit of money to get professional advice about doing that, then obviously you can modify plans and stuff. But we are doing ours custom, so yeah. That's about it. I think I'm finished now.